Hi there, I'm Carrie Craddock. I'm a practitioner at the Nutritional Healing Center of Ann Arbor, and I'm here to bring you this lecture, Supplement Solutions for Stress and Fatigue. Usually, after the first of the year, I do a lecture that I call New Year, New You. This year, following 2020, I decided to do supplement solutions for stress and fatigue. I think it's been a very stressful year, 2020, for most people. So I thought this would be a fitting way to hopefully start 2021 with some solutions that you can use for things to help you improve your health in this new year. So the disclaimer that I have to give with everything I say is that I am not a medical doctor. I can't diagnose. I can't make medical recommendations. If you do have a medical condition, you should seek medical advice from an MD to take care of that concern. I'm a nutritionist. I make nutritional recommendations that could benefit your health and make your body function better. And when you make your body function better, symptoms can actually go away or decrease. So, whole food nutrition and supplements and herbs are a way that I use to help people improve their health. And we work on a healthy diet to help people improve and get better as well. So, stress is a word that when people come into the office and tell me they're feeling stressed, I say, well, what does that mean? Because stress is all around us, it impacts us on a day to day basis. It's part of what gives us energy sometimes too. There's good stresses like weddings and happy events like births of babies and children. And then there's stressful events that are sad or hard on us, like deaths and illness and things like this. So these things in our life actually sometimes are giving our organs a signal that they need to behave in a certain way. So stress is a physical, chemical, or emotional factor that causes bodily or mental tension and may be a factor in disease causation. It's all around us. It does affect us on a daily basis. Like I said, there's good and bad stressors, but both affect the body similarly. So even when you are having something like a big party coming up, your body is sending messages like a fight or flight mode, or it's sending these messages in a way that are going to create effects in your body. Stress depletes us of vitamins and minerals necessary for certain physiological things to happen in the body. And it does put us at risk for health problems. This graph is Dr. Schmidt's graph, Follow the Physiology. He has great information on YouTube about lactic acidosis. So, lactic acidosis is one of the mechanisms, one of the reasons why we get chronic disease. Lactic acidosis can be perpetuated by stress because stress depletes your B vitamin and mineral status. So this graph, Dr. Schmidt talks about in depth on his YouTube channel, but this is a great way to get more information on what we do in the office. We address causes, pathogens like bacteria, viruses, these immune challenges that can affect the body. We can address these. We can't treat them, but we can address them with whole food nutrition and herbs. Another major cause is excess sugar. We crave sugar when we're under stress because it gives us that quick fuel, but it actually leaves us worse after we eat that sugar. Toxins, metals, and chemicals, things that are in our environment, can be a factor for some of the causes we get disease. Scars can be a factor. Sometimes there's a structural component to things, but the lactic acidosis as a mechanism is one of the main reasons we get chronic disease. Therapies that we use herbs, whole food nutrition. Sometimes we're using supplements that are homeopathic in nature, and diet is always a key factor too. So, organs and systems that are impacted by stress and can cause fatigue. The thyroid. So, the thyroid is a hormonal organ. The thyroid uses up a lot of minerals for its function. So when our minerals get depleted with stress, the thyroid becomes under stress as well. But also just the nature of stress, the thyroid is one of the organs that kicks in to be able to manage that stress. When the thyroid is not doing well, symptoms like fatigue that is all day long fatigue. I would call it more like a chronic fatigue where it's, there's fatigue all day long, but then somebody might get a second wind in the evening and have trouble sleeping at night. Sometimes that's a thyroid symptom. Headaches can be a thyroid symptom. Irritable bowel can be a thyroid symptom too, but definitely one of the causes of fatigue. The adrenal glands are a hormonal organ as well. These give us energy in times of stress. Think of it like a fight or flight organ. So if you're in a situation where you had to run away from a danger, the adrenals would give you that burst of energy, but they're not meant to give you sustained energy over time. And this past year, 2020, has been a year where people have been under kind of chronic adrenal stress, not knowing what would happen the next day sometimes. So, the adrenals for most people are an organ we have to support. The frontal lobe, this is the frontal part of the brain that has a lot to do with emotional response, sometimes sleep as well. So, this is an organ that can also leave you fatigued. The heart, workhorse in the body, definitely one of the organs that I have felt some symptoms with this year, as far as some chest heaviness and pain in my heart as my stress level was up. I was getting the symptoms in my heart sometimes. So, heart can absolutely leave you fatigued if it doesn't have enough minerals and B vitamins. Vitamin C is important here too. The digestive system. If the digestive system is under stress, then you're not absorbing your nutrition as well as you should be. So we have to get the digestive tract doing what it should be doing to get the brain doing what it should be doing, and then have that mineral and protein and fat assimilation when the gut is doing well so that we are benefiting from what we are taking in our diet. Lastly, the immune system. When stress is high, the immune system sometimes is not working at its optimum. So, getting the immune system working well can actually help with stress handling and helps you feel better energy wise as well. So, then I list some symptoms of stress. Some of these I already talked about a little bit. Low energy, absolutely. The depression and anxiety. So, depending on what organ is giving you trouble, people being more down, people feeling anxious at times. This is absolutely a symptom of stress, can be. Headaches, irritability, weight gain or loss. If the thyroid is off, sometimes people will actually lose weight quickly, sometimes people will gain weight quickly. Neck and shoulder pain. So, thyroid is up in the neck. Sometimes there's tightness in the neck and shoulders when the thyroid is under some stress. Muscle cramping and tightness. This has to do with mineral and B vitamin status. Those being lower can sometimes cause some of that muscle cramping and tightness. People will sometimes experience hair loss when their stress is higher. That tends to be a thyroid symptom. Sometimes hair loss is a liver symptom as well, but a lot of times the thyroid being off will cause hair loss. Low libido, hormonal problems in general, because so many of these organs that are impacted by stress are hormonal organs. So the adrenals, the thyroid, therefore hormone balance and sex drive go down. Irritable bowel symptoms. This could be constipation, this could be diarrhea. Different people would experience different symptoms of stress in their gut. Heart palpitations, racing, chest pain, poor sleep. Again, adrenals and thyroid, part of our sleep regulation. So sometimes a lot of people this year have complained of not sleeping well, not sleeping soundly. So getting your vitamin mineral status up can help with that as well. Cravings for salt, cravings for caffeine. This is often very much an adrenal symptom. When the adrenals are under stress, people will crave salt, things like chips and salty foods, caffeine to kind of keep you going. High blood pressure. If the heart is being impacted or the adrenals by stress, then high blood pressure can be a symptom of stress as well. Not being able to pay attention, lack of focus, brain fog. That often can be a thyroid symptom as well, but fatigue and stress can contribute there as well. Nausea, stomach upset. So depending on where the stress impacts you, you might feel that in a different part of your body. And again, immune system weakness, you can't fight off the bugs that you're coming in contact with quite as well. Sugar. So when you are tired, you crave sugar because it does give you quick energy. But the problem is then the energy plummets after you take in that sugar, and the sugar depletes your vital nutrition, your vital nutrients, B vitamins, and minerals, especially. Your body needs these to function at its optimum. Sugar causes inflammation in the body everywhere. So getting sugar down or out of your diet completely is ideal. And there's great true nutrition information at westinaprice.org. If you're looking for more information about healthy foods to eat, things like that, you can always check out westinaprice.org. So I put this slide in here because sometimes when I do the New Year, New You lecture, I talk about the Whole30. I'm going to be starting the Whole30 this week. So if you're watching this on Wednesday night, I will have started it on Monday. So I'll be about 2.5 days in at that point. The Whole30 is a great way to reset your health and body. So in short, the Whole30 actually eliminates grains, all processed foods really, but grains, sugar, beans and legumes, alcohol, and all dairy. So a lot of people say, well, what can I eat then? And the answer is meats, fish, eggs, vegetables, fruit, healthy fats. There's plenty of options in the healthy food category that you can eat during a Whole30. I'm doing the Whole30 to get my immune system doing better. I'm going to do the Whole30 to reset after this past year. So, certain food groups, and I did take this right from the Whole30 website, certain food groups like sugar, grains, dairy, and legumes could be having a negative impact on your health and fitness without you even realizing it. Are your energy levels inconsistent or non existent? Do you have aches and pains that can't be explained by overuse or injury? Are you having a hard time losing weight no matter how hard you try? Do you have some sort of condition like skin issues, digestive ailments, seasonal allergies, or fertility issues that medication hasn't helped? These symptoms may be directly related to the foods you eat, even the healthy stuff, which is why the Whole30 is an elimination style diet that takes out so many refined and foods that might be allergenic to people so that they can then figure out after that 30 days of elimination what foods are actually good for them and what are harming their health. So we do have a Facebook group that is up and running all the time, but we'll be a little more active in it during January. It's if you go to Facebook and put in NHCAA Whole30, we will let you join the group and then you can interact with us if you have questions on the Whole30. But just going to the Whole30 website or using one of the books as reference is a great resource to helping improve your diet, eating those more nutrient dense foods, and actually helping your body handle stress better by eating the correct foods. Other things that you can do when you're craving sugar: eat adequate protein and fat. These nourish your body, provide a source of sustainable energy. Meat, eggs, chicken, fish, nuts, maybe nuts are a maybe, coconut oil, extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, butter. These foods are very nutrient dense. I do say, if you've watched a lecture before, you've heard me say it, the best quality you can find and afford, because if you can get organic, if you can get grass fed, these things are going to be important when you're choosing these foods. Eat Celtic sea salt on your food and add it to water to balance your electrolytes, your minerals. So, an eighth of a teaspoon of Celtic sea salt in 20 ounces of water gives your body some of those trace minerals that it might not be getting other ways. The use of it in the water is an important factor. So, putting it in the water actually helps your body move that fluid into your cells a little bit better too. So salting your food, great and really good for you. but adding a little bit to your water can be really important too. Eating kelp, eating sea vegetables, this is a good source of iodine. Iodine is really important for the thyroid, the adrenals, the prostate. All of these hormonal organs really use a lot of iodine. Most of us are deficient in iodine, many of us because of where we live, especially in the Midwest here, but many of us are iodine deficient. Our soil is depleted in iodine. So, eating sources of good iodine or taking an iodine supplement can be really helpful. Nutritional yeast is a good source of B vitamins, so you can sprinkle nutritional yeast on your foods, on salads, things like that, and eating more vegetables in general. So, managing stress. One of the things that I do personally is if I'm noticing that I'm anxious or stressed, is I try to figure out what I can do about that. So, what can I handle? What can I do to actively not just be worried? Because Dr. Schmidt told me once that that was not super productive, that I was just worried. And I really took that advice to heart in a really good way, because I was worried. That was my personality trait. It was something that I was commonly doing in my life. I'd worry. And when I changed that thought process a little bit, just thought like, okay, if I'm worried, what am I worried about? And how can I fix it? What can I do about that situation? And if there was absolutely nothing I could do, then sometimes that was a worry that I could let go. But if it's something I could do something about, I'd make plans and I would actually make lists, make plans for how I could handle that worry so that I wasn't as anxious either. Managing stress, correct diet, correct supplementation is important. Limiting caffeine consumption. Caffeine can make you feel great short term, probably not great. Make you feel good short term, but in the long run, those ups and downs, it's similar to what happens with sugar, where you get an artificial increase in our energy, but the crash after that caffeine tends to not be as productive as sustainable energy from our nutrition in our food. Doing exercise, yoga, Pilates, burst training, and slow burn fitness, these kind of higher intensity interval trainings are better sometimes when your adrenals are under stress. Doing exercises that are long, like training for a marathon, running long distance, things like that. When your adrenals are already under stress, that can leave your adrenals a little more depleted. So, doing the shorter burst type exercise can be a really good way to still give you that the kind of hormonal balance, the endorphins and the energy boost that you need, but it won't leave you depleted after. And then just taking a walk, going outside, looking around you, looking at nature, looking at the trees, taking a walk can be hugely therapeutic in the management of stress. So, support and calming nutrition for stress. So, these are some supplements that we use commonly in our office. So, many of these are from Standard Process. So, if you are interested in a more tailored program for your needs, we can always help you with that. But these are some general support products for stress and calming. Or Checks is a mineral supplement from Standard Process that I tell people it helps with irritability. It makes you feel strong but calm at the same time. Most people do notice some libido benefits. They'll feel their sex drive is a little bit better on Orchex too. But we've had it have people that it helped when they couldn't stop crying, that Orchex would actually help them be able to stop crying and be able to get their emotions kind of more under control too. Formula 303 is a blend of magnesium, passion flower, and valerian. So, this is a really nice kind of homeopathic version of those supplements that can be great for stress and anxiety through the day, but also great for sleep at night. Calcium lactate, again, this is a Standard Process supplement. Calcium gets depleted by stress. Calcium is very necessary for the immune system. So, calcium lactate also very good in the PM, can help with calming and relaxing at nighttime as well. Cataplex E2. Cataplex E2 is for oxygenation of the blood. Its main effect, or the organ it helps the most, is the heart, but it helps people with shortness of breath, tightness in their chest, the anxiety feelings that happen more in the chest. But it's very calming, kind of helpful to breath and shortness of breath. Magnesium, again, a nutrient that gets depleted by stress. So the versions that we use, Optimag Neuro is a great powdered magnesium, magnesium lactate from Standard Process, and Natural Calm is another powdered magnesium that can be helpful. I also tell people just take an Epsom salt bath. Soak in your tub for at least 20 minutes with some Epsom salt. Get that magnesium back into your tissue through the skin as well. Cataplex G is a B vitamin. It is a calming B vitamin. Some B vitamins give you energy. Cataplex B is a little more calming. This can also help with things like blood pressure and cataracts and vision, but it's great for calming the nervous system. It opens blood vessels a little bit, so it helps get blood where it needs to go. Inositol, again, a B vitamin. All these B vitamins do get depleted by stress. Inositol is more calming and relaxing as well. Inositol is great for the brain and the nerves. So if somebody has sciatic pain or nerve pain or tingling in their fingers or tingling in their feet, neuropathies, that goes really well with, that doesn't go well. Those symptoms are helped by inositol. So inositol is a great supplement for the nerves. CT Minerals. CT stands for Carbon Technology. CT Minerals is a Cellcore product. This is a great mineral supplement. It's got 69 different plant-derived minerals with some amino acids as well. So this really gives your cells the fuel that they need to give your body energy. So from a very fundamental standpoint, the CT Minerals is great. Mintran, this is Standard Process. This is calming minerals. Minerals that help you be tranquil is how I look at it. So great for sleep, excellent in the PM, but when somebody has some anxiety through the day, also can be taken through the day. Ashwagandha, this is an herb. So herbs I usually consider short-term use. Often people don't need them for the long haul, but to get at things a little bit quicker therapeutically, herbs can be great. So ashwagandha, I tell people it calms you but gives you energy. It's like a cup of coffee without the caffeine. So it's a great herb for doing that kind of calming but energizing. It's an adaptogen. So adaptogens help your body adapt. So if your body's having trouble with something, adaptogens just help with that thing. So they can do different things in different people. They're great in that regard. St. John's wort, this is an herb that I'm a little more, I would say, conservative with. It's not indicated when someone is on prescriptions, but St. John's wort has antiviral properties, so it's excellent for the immune system, but it also has some calming and relaxing properties as well. Most of us were taking a lot during March and April in our office in 2020 for help supporting our immune system, but we all felt like it definitely helped us feel better stress wise too. And again, eating healthy, adequate protein and fat in your diet. Support for low energy and fatigue. So sometimes the supplementation for anxiety is a little bit different than the supplementation for low energy. So we tend to use iodine. Most people are iodine deficient, so organically bound minerals, fulvic iodine, these are a little bit higher iodine doses. They tend to give people energy. They can be detoxifying when you give the body a nutrient like iodine. Sometimes the body can start some detox. So I'm a little more, again, conservative with this. When people just would make their own choices about iodine, I would say be aware, be cautious that iodine can sometimes detox, especially the halogen category of chemicals out of your body. Cataplex B, there is a gluten-free version of Cataplex B, and now Cataplex B Core exists. These are all Standard Process supplements that give the body energy, support the heart, support muscles. This is again back to Dr. Schmidt's lactic acidosis information. So you can go and get lots and lots more information on B vitamin deficiency and how important these B vitamins are for our health. Other B vitamins that we use are methylated B vitamins that don't need a lot of conversion by the body. So, a great one that's very forgiving is what I say, doesn't do too much detox, is called methyl B12 spray. So, that's a great product that helps with detox, but also helps with energy for people that don't always convert their B vitamins as well as they should. Vitamin C is essential for the immune system, but it's also one of the nutrients that our adrenals use up pretty quickly. So Cataplex C, Ceruta Plus, Ceruta are all standard processed supplements that have good amounts of whole food vitamin C. And then our kind of favorite when somebody needs a little bit higher dose, I will say my favorite when someone needs a higher dose is the Camu Camu. It's a vitamin C powder. So this is a higher dose vitamin C that's very absorbable. So if we need a little bit higher dose, if someone's immune system needs that faster amount of vitamin C, sometimes that can be great. And we do always support the organ that is causing the low energy, whether that's the thyroid, the adrenals, the heart, whatever. And then again, I just noted the sea salt, putting about 1/8 of a teaspoon in 20 ounces of water. How we get results in our office is through muscle testing. So when we're testing a person in the office, we're using their arm and their body to actually help us know what nutrients, minerals, supplements they need. So whole food nutrition can help and gives the body the replacement parts that it needs for that fixing of the organ. So we're actually fixing the problem, not just covering up a symptom. We're fixing the reason why that symptom is happening in the first place. So if somebody's anxious, we're going to fix the organ, we're going to fix the reason, we're going to fix the cause why that anxiety or that thing is happening in the first place. And I'd like to thank you so much for watching. If you would like a more customized care and nutritional program that is designed specifically for you, give us a call, 734-302-7575. You can also email us at intake at the Nutritional Healing Center of Ann Arbor. And it's always best to be a patient for the most specific nutritional recommendations for you. I thank you so much for watching. If this video helped you, please like and share it. And I wish you happiness and health in 2021. I look forward to seeing you soon.